My name is Stephenie. I'm from Colorado and I survived breast cancer. I'm a physical education teacher, runner, health enthusiast. For someone like me who's very physically active, the betrayal is a huge thing. The betrayal, and then now, even now, I have a little ache or pain and I don't trust myself. I don't trust my body anymore. And trying to earn that trust back, trying to get to where I know myself again is really tough. So, no family history of breast cancer. And so I found a lump in my breast. It was summertime and, busy with traveling and hanging out with the family. I'm a teacher, and so I cram everything into my summer, and so I didn't really think much of it. I found a lump in my breast, and I remember laying in bed and reaching over and grabbing my husband's hand and taking his finger and letting him feel it and say, "What a trip, feel this." And so he felt it, and we tripped out a little bit, and we both said, "Wouldn't that be crazy if that was cancer?" Nah, Sleeping in, it was spring break, so, teacher, I'm sleeping in, and the phone rings, and it's a nurse, and she says, "I'm really sorry to tell you, but you have cancer." Totally rocked my world. I mean, literally threw me under the bus. I remember stumbling to the little office. She says, "Okay, you need a pencil and a paper, a pen and a paper." And I remember sitting at the desk going, "Okay, what's a pen?" Like just grasping for, but I couldn't remember what a paper or a pen was because your mind just trips out. So yeah, you hear those words, you have cancer, and just in that split second, everything changes. Nothing's ever the same. There's no way you could ever go back to being that person before cancer, BC. Everything's different, and even with the best case scenario, it just changes you. It's just it's a new ball game. I remember other survivors I've met along the way telling me there's going to come a time when the first thing when you wake up in the morning, you won't think of cancer, and when you go to bed at night, your last thought won't be about cancer. And I remember thinking, I can't imagine that ever happening, So for treatment, I had lots of options. I decided that I wanted to do a double mastectomy. I think people minimize, or we feel like we should, it's so superficial to mourn your breasts, because they're, I've already breastfed my children, and, it's really not a big deal, but it is, and I feel like if a man were to have a procedure where he was castrated and the whole world knew and everything he wore would show that, I think maybe they would understand. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and so there's been some healing that has to take place emotionally as well, and not relying so much on the physical, being appreciative of all the other strengths that my body has, and not focus on that so much. So here's my family in our beloved San Diego. My struggles have been in ways that I wouldn't have anticipated. The fear is still very real, and I had the very best case scenario. If one is going to have cancer, my situation is maybe the best scenario, and yet I just feel such a strong sense of my mortality, and there's always the fear that it's going to come back. So for the rest of my life, the blood tests and the scans and the checks, and it's nerve-wracking. Other struggles that I've had, I was so physically fit before, so fit and so healthy, and there are some things that I just don't do as well anymore, and it's okay. It's okay, but just some side effects of 3 surgeries in a year, and lots of downtime. My back, out of the blue, my back is just not the same, and I've had some issues, and so used to be a runner, don't run anymore. Used to, go all day, and now I have to take care of my back. My back hurts so badly at the end of the day sometimes. I have to, lay low, and always moving, and now a lot more downtime, and just things like that drive me nuts. But I have to realize this is the new normal. And it's okay. It's okay. And here's the fun part about it is I'm every bit as fit as I was before, but it's just a new definition of what is fit. And so I'm still strong, and I got it all, my endurance back. I got it all back. It just looks different. I'm not running anymore. Now it's yoga, and I'm not doing the high intensity stadium workouts anymore. But I go for power walks, and guess what? My clothes all fit, and I still feel great, and I still have energy. And so just kind of getting over myself is a big part of it. It's been very empowering for me to say no, and just savor the quiet, special times, and and if I miss a baby shower, or I miss a candle party, it's going to be okay, and instead just really focus on positive behaviors, and taking those long walks, and listening to uplifting podcasts rather than rocking out and pushing myself super hard. And part of my healing is to scale it back, and just to have that peace and quiet, and I really feel like that will probably change and evolve. And so what I need now might be different than what I need in the future, but just being open. My name is Stephenie. I survived breast cancer, specifically invasive ductal carcinoma, hormone positive, and I embrace my new normal by cherishing the relationships of the people around me, by feeling the sunshine on my face, and by sharing everything that I'm learning with the people around me.